minimizing charisma, maximizing intelligence, shooting someone in the crotch with a cannonball, thrust, propulsion. It's science-y.
Why you always gotta be blowing my spot up like that? There are my runes. There they are. I'm not mad. Science needs art and art needs science. They both need each other to function properly.
There are ways to figure out what the paper is really saying.
And then I'm ready to get on Twitter and yell at people about doing their own research on...
Oh, hold on there, sports fan.
Don't get on Twitter. Don't get on Twitter, in general. You don't have to. Kevin, this music is depressing me. We have one goal today, and that is to survive. Pump me up a little bit, huh? Anytime now. Chat. Chat, welcome to a scientist place, where today we're going to do 3 things that I'm going to perfectly time. Play games, do science, and vibe out, baby. In the next 3 hours or so, you and I will return to the hellish adventure that is Diablo IV to try to continue on our hardcore run as Plutonia. Are we at 3 Plutonia streams or 2? Just 2, I think? So we've already survived. We're up to level 20-something. We are ready to continue on. I think we are at the end of Act 1, or just right next to the end of Act 1. Chat, come closer to me. Happy to see a lot of newbies in the chat. Happy to see a lot of my facility gaming members. What are you talking about? Kyle, why is this room the other side of it now, and I can see this poorly ventilated shaft? Don't worry about it. Chat, here at the facility, our goal is to educate and entertain, to explore and explain everything underneath the stars and past them. But today we're going a little bit further south into the depths of hell. Our main goal here, like I said, edutainment. Like if you go on the main channel, you can watch a 30-minute explainer on ChatGPT. Proud of that one. Pretty in-depth. Getting a lot of great comments from people in the field about it. That makes me feel good. If you want to know everything there is to know about ChatGPT, check that out. But here on the gaming channel, here in the gaming wing, what we do is we play some of my favorite games, old games, new games, red games, blue games. Dr. Seuss, don't sue me. You can't, you're dead. You would need a necromancer for that. Oh no, the broken light's still there, it's just over there. So that's what we do for our day job. But celebrate going into the weekend. I thought, let's do a little game stream. Tomorrow I'm filming with my weapons master. He's filming a new episode. Gonna be smashing some stuff for science. But today, the only place on the internet where you can get science and gaming all in one place. Go ahead. Look, I dare you. Happy to see all the newbies in the chat as well as the oldbies. You can always join at patreon.com/KyleHill, become a member on the main channel or this channel. You get to be seen by me more often. Like Dark Jester, Dave Breen, Eileen, welcome, welcome. Shinobi, member Shinobi, Derek, Alexander, Chef, my friend Nick, Lyrith Lyrith Valthier, brand new member just before we started. Daniel, which I already said, Nightcrawler, welcome as always. Grayson Stevens. Zata says, Kyle, are you a gamer? I don't know. Are you wearing swimming goggles in your avatar for no reason? The answer is yes. Am I a gamer? What are you talking about? If I wasn't a gamer, why would I have this? Whatever your name was, welcome to the gaming wing of the facility. Behind me, gaming chairs. Don't sit in them. They still got that new chair smell. 75-inch monitors, PS6. In front of me, 2 27-inch curved monitors, so I can see all the demons and goatmen in my periph. But also it's easier for me because I can split my eyesight like a Jackson's chameleon. Chat, I'm hoping to get many science times in for this playthrough. Also watch myself on repeat. If you're gonna be, if you have your worst critic, it might as well be you, you know what I mean? Haku Jackson, no, I am not dead. So, if you haven't been joining us or you're new to Diabs, hardcore is a function of the game where if you die, your character is deleted. There's no restarting from checkpoint. There's none of that. Your character is deleted from the server and you cannot play that character again. So far, we've been so good with our necromancer named Plutonia. But that could change at any minute, chat. We got like 24 science times last stream. Says the Hillian Prophet facility member. Hey, you won't find it anywhere else, baby. Kyle, are you excited for Starfield? I'll check it out. Skyrim in space? Daniel Benton gifting 5 memberships to the community. Like Hazardine, Dur, Sir Luke, Tony, VR Daddy. Welcome, Daddy. Happy to have a supportive, wonderful community here of the nerdiest nerds. You don't have to give, you don't have to donate, you don't have to do nothing. But if you do, I very much appreciate it. It goes towards maintaining the facility, of course. Patrick Stewart just engaged under impulse power and became a facility gamer. Sir Patrick, welcome. What level is Plutonia now? Like 21. Something like that. But chat, we'll get into all of it. We'll get into science times. We'll get into my loadout, my skills. See if we can science and not die. Let's try a scientist plays Diablo IV hardcore. Oh, by the way, the last 2 streams got partially demonetized, and I think it's because maybe I had hardcore in the thumbnail or something. Anyway, I had it manually reviewed. We'll see what happens, but that's not going to stop me from getting all... What does that mean? What face did I just make? I don't know. Leave me alone. I don't know why. Ah! So loud. I did lower it from last time, so if it gets too loud, again, let me know. But it's loud in my ears. This is Plutonia. I'm playing on medium, just so the stream is nice and crispy, so it's not great, but... I got a little puppy from the beta. It's a cool-ass mask. My main character I'm just playing with for myself. Also, hot as hell. Blood tattoos. Oh, baby. But we are playing on hardcore, on veteran, which is the highest world tier I have right now, because I haven't beaten the game. Here we go. Only my first name is real, says Philly 3000. Oh, your last name isn't 3000? Okay, chat, so I have it all planned out. I have it all planned out. We are heading to the end of Act 1. Little boss fight at the end of Act 1, I think. On the way there, we're gonna do this little side questy. If you want to join the clan, that's clan tag TF facility. We already have 56 people in the clan. Might be one of the biggest clans in the world. It's possible. And these are my... Who cares what these are? What I'm doing, basically, is a distance kind of build where I am draining their blood from a distance, firing sharpened bones at them, and then I'm exploding them and dragging them all into one zone with tendies. I've also put a point or two in a necrotic carapace to help fortify us against suddenly dying due to an explosion. I think I'm gonna max this out and then maybe up my bone boys a little bit. But that's all we have right now. That boss fight is literal hell. It's not that bad. Remember, chat, if we see anything sciencey or science-timey, we will do our best to identify it. I was playing last night and we got to a whole ravine filled with blood. And that'd be a nice time to talk about the physics of blood, the fluid mechanics of blood. I ran into that boss fight with no warning. It was great, says Nick. Well, you didn't have the right skills or anything, so... You know, I know it was probably hard. Me, on the other hand, I'm absolutely slaying. Shinobi in the chat requested to join the clan. Sorry, Shinobi. Denied. Just kidding, I'll get to it. How loud was that? Was that too loud? 'Cause that felt like that was really loud. But you tell me. I'm slaying, chat. What's the science behind killing the devil, Kyle? Well, what if the devil is in you? What if the devil's in your mind? What if there is no right and wrong? That's not true. In my opinion, chat, and this is just my opinion, which is my opinion, when people level claims against something like evolution, like, oh, if you believe in evolution, why don't you just go kill everybody because you have no morality? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because we all have some innate feeling of morality, no matter what culture or what religion that we're raised in. And we know this from psychological studies. And it makes sense, doesn't it? Primates are incredibly social creatures. In fact, the sociality of primates and you evolved as a benefit to the group, a social evolution as a beneficial trait selected for under different pressures. You know, is it more beneficial for a group of social animals to be tightly knit and to not kill family members and to not be incestual and all those things? All those things could easily, and I think do, have a biological basis and reason out of which our feelings of morality spring, right? Don't kill, don't steal. I mean, even, you know, you can do tests with mice that they don't approve of stealing, that they will withhold or not do something based on what happened to their companion in a cage. So I think feelings of morality don't, or what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is evil. Of course, it's all gray, and it can be, and it's massively informed by your upbringing, but it comes from someplace, and it's not as black and white as Angels and Demons, though Angels and Demons is a fun,
Thanks.
is a fun genre, right? I'm gonna lower my own game sense here. Whoa! Oh! Okay. One thing I have to stop doing is reading chat while I run into stuff. Remember, chat. If I die, that's it. That is it. Oh, there's also another upgrade for D3, Kyle. You must do some D3. I loves it. It's a Shattuck. Who's a member for 3 months now. Maybe after this game. But I would honestly do Diablo 4, Diablo 2 remastered before that. I want to get Enhanced Iron Maiden too. No, like old monotheistic Christian belief kind of stuff, like the just the lore and the canon of all that is incredibly interesting and cool and aesthetic and stuff. Like, that's why I love John Constantine, the movie with Keanu Reeves. Like, that whole fiction can get so cool with all its artifacts and rules and aesthetics and stuff like that. I just don't happen to adhere to it, even though I went to private Catholic school for 14 years. Kyle, I asked ChatGPT to love me, and it told me to hit the road jack and don't come back. It's a Shattuck with a 10. Well, no one said it was intelligent. Yeah, no, Ari and I love Constantine. We're big Constantine stans. They're making a new one, right? My X button was stuck. Riley Malone, welcome. Sister to my friend Post Malone. Yeah, Nick, they are making a new one. They're bringing him back like after 30 years or whatever.
More strangers in the camp.
You're welcome for saving your ass, by the way. No, they are keeping Keanu in it. Guys, read a book. I gotta say, I hadn't done one of those like big world events with like a bunch of players in it until last night, and I walked all the way across the map to do it, and there's like 5 other players, and it was really fun. It was cool. Let's talking more gaming, Kyle. Concentrate. Do you want science or not, Jose?
I'll explain on the way.
A small order of fries. Hey, Kyle, how you doing? Caffeinated. In my lane. Not very moisturized. I'm pretty dry. I did just take a shower, though. So I smell good. That's a fact.
I'll need more time.
What I really want is, in my other file, I found a pair of boots that give me an extra dodge charge. Whew. That is useful. It's so useful, I'm going to extract that when I get a better pair of boots. Taking a lot of damage from these guys. I don't like that. See yourself to the depths of hell, demon. Go in there.
I lack the required essence.
I need more essence. Essence generation. You find a lot of boots with that aspects as chap. Good.
Rasmus' description of the ritual was difficult to understand.
Chat, if
And the notes weren't much better.
shut up, Nyrel.
I think I know how to
It
talk
shut.
to my
How do
mother
I
again.
be? Anyway, chat. If the game doesn't look as crispy as it can, that's because I'm playing on medium, so I can get a nice 60 FPS stream going. There's too much light on me. Marantz, welcome. Not even looking at the screen. Don't even have to. Just gonna read the chat. That's how confident I am. Where's my battle pass, Blizzard? I'm sure it's coming. It'll be like a month, and they'll wait for like most people to. I mean, it's always online, right? So they have all the data on all of the characters. If I was Blizzard, I would wait until some arbitrary percentage of players was through a lot of the game before introducing the battle pass stuff, right? Because I don't think they want to overwhelm new players, especially when this game is the fastest and best-selling Blizzard game of all time. Battle Pass is supposed to be July. See? Look, I'm a marketing wizard. I'm a markromancer. Yeah, see?
Breeze coming from the Black Lake. Do you feel it?
A lot of ghost hunter types will say about haunted rooms how they feel cold spots in a room or something like that. Where in a lot of times, if you're in an old dilapidated house that's falling apart and creaky and the windows are open, etc., wouldn't it be weirder if the house was really hot in certain places instead of really cold, and implying some sort of energy generation and not some cold deadness? It's almost like what they think is not based on... Anyway. Side. I'm gonna skip this, because I've already done it. Oh, that sounded gross.
Nayrel. The way is open. We
Wait.
have to go.
Why are you coming for my ghosts? Because even silly little nonsensical beliefs keep the door open for larger nonsensical beliefs. It is just a fact that people who believe in less than realistic things tend to have a higher percentage of believing other less realistic things. And in the limit, you know, those things can get crazy. I'm not saying you're crazy.
How strange. Somehow this place feels like home.
Finally made it to one of these streams, says, oh really? Welcome. Oh really? Oh yeah, I love this environmental design. It's so gross. Chat, my head's a little mixed up because between playing on my own, playing with Arya, and playing this on stream, I think I've been through this part like 4 or 5 times now. So I can't remember where anybody is or anything is. Or, ugh, all the gross guts. I'm a lover of animals, chat. I love animals, always have. Everyone knows that about me. But those legs that are like those little centipede legs, they used to call me the bug kid when I was a kid. I was obsessed with bugs. The one bug I continue to hate are the hairy leg centipedes. Oh my god.
You are the last visitor to my sanctum.
Get a haircut, hippie.
Oh, you come too late.
I was looking at chat.
For it was my father, Inarius.
Stop poisoning me.
It unfolded as my visions foretold.
I can't target him? There.
How we hurtle towards
How are these guys so strong right now? Nice shot, dummy. How are these guys gonna kill me right now? What's going on? Move. Ah! Ah! Get out of my face! Any update on the Half-Life Histories book, says Daniel? No. It's always been an idea. It's always been an idea, but I haven't made any progress or action on it. Right now, I'm just trying to put out all the videos. But all the scripts for the Half-Life Histories episodes would be pretty easy to turn into a book, but I know... See, here's the thing, Daniel. I know that doing a book, I would want to do it much bigger, like a lot more research and story and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, me being me, and I know how long that process takes, because I know people have made books, and I know how much people get paid for books. Even very high selling authors, how much they get paid for books. And I'm not trying to be elitist here, but it's not worth my time at the moment. For the average payout for a very successful book, opportunity cost wise, is that worth a year of my time or more? You know, not the entire time, but like the equivalent of a year's worth of work versus doing everything else. For me, that cost benefit is not worth it, even though I'd want to do it. Maybe when I reach my zaddy phase. I'm already getting there. See, I've got all this gray going on. Maybe once I, you know.
It started in dreams.
Get a haircut.
I saw shattered images of the
Jeez.
sanctuary.
What a, oh, ugh. This place is so gross. I love it. Like, what is that thing? That reminds me of the Montauk monster, one of the original cryptids that people would say, "Oh, that no one knows what this is. It's a monster. Monsters exist. Why not Loch Ness Monster?" In fact, it was most people haven't seen things that are decomposed. It's a jungle out there, and so if you find a full body of something untouched and not decomposed yet, that's a rarity. So most people, for example, haven't seen a dead sloth with no hair on it, which is what the Montauk monster turned out to be. Then there's other examples of that, like a orca decomposing orca floating on the top of the ocean. People thought that was a monster, cryptid, Bigfoot can't explain it. The fact of the matter is, most humans have never seen an orca corpse. A corpska.
I need to destroy the tumors to go any further.
Or I can stay here. Then you get the people who buy their own book to make it more popular. Yeah, I think you buy a couple thousand copies of your own book to push it up the charts, yeah? I don't think there are any sloths in North America, says Frank Anasau. Well, if it wasn't a sloth or if it wasn't someone's pet sloth or something, it wasn't, maybe I misremember. It's either a sloth or the body of a raccoon or a dog with mange. I forget exactly what it was because I don't care anymore. I used to care when it was my job to talk about paranormal things, but it was a known animal. Was it a raccoon? Yeah. Welcome Shogun to the chat. We are bone deep into our hardcore run with Plutonia. Doing pretty well, if I do say so myself, which I do. What's interesting to me is that this is an enemy, but not to my skeletons until I aggro it. You know? I have to hit it myself before they hit it. I wonder if that works for enemies in general. No, it doesn't, because they will attack stuff even if I don't attack it. So there's some kind of programming going on there, right? Or will they not attack? No, they will. Watch out for the Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm gonna decapitate this Caprio. The Revenant. It kind of works. Shut up.
I need more time.
I need more time. The droids will do fine. One thing that I'm noticing, sometimes, like, my projectiles don't go in the exact direction that my stick is pointing. Or it seemed like that was a lot better in D3. Watch this. Bye-bye. What's the science behind tumors, Kyle? Asking for a friend. Well, no one likes thinking about tumors, of course, but tumors are interesting in that it starts from one cell or some cells that have mutated in such a way or been damaged in such a way that they no longer get signals to die from the body. They ignore signals to go through necrosis or apoptosis. That is to say, they can't be told to die by the body, and they haven't been damaged enough to die on their own. And because of that, they grow out of control. As they grow out of control, those mutations mutate even further because there's so many cells. Each time the cells divide, it's another bunch of random chances for those mutations to become more mutations. And it does that so often, so frequently, it mutates that one side of a tumor can be genetically distinct from another side of a tumor, which is why treating cancer is so goddamn hard, because a tumor isn't one homogeneous thing. It could be very different, just in different biopsies of it. And as it grows out of control, it starts reaching out for its own blood supply, its own nutrients, and after a long enough time, it drains so much nutrients, so many resources from you, your body can no longer fight it off, and you succumb to some other associated illness, and you die. Liz Calvert, question from Alex for the week with the 10. Shout out to Alex for being able to calm down by himself during an anxiety attack and make it to summer camp even though he was still scared. Alex, I'm proud of you, man. Summer camp is scary. Staying anywhere overnight is scary, but I will tell you from my own experience, little man, and I know your hair's coming in, and it's long and gorgeous. I can tell you from my own experience, I've had a lot of great times at summer camps. Like, even me. I don't like being away from home, I don't like other people, but being in nature and not having any electronics and stuff like that, not being able to see myself in a mirror. There was something refreshing and exciting and rewarding about it, and I kissed a girl. Don't tell your mom. But that was pretty cool, too. I don't know how old you are at this point, Alex, so disregard or not. Speaking of cryptids, Kyle, chat, we're trying to hardcore here. Speaking of cryptids, Kyle, is it possible that there's a bipedal great ape wandering the wilds of the upper Midwest? There's a thing about large animals that makes it... The more often they're claimed to be sighted, makes them less likely to exist. By which I mean there are statistics in biology when you're looking for an animal of a certain size in a certain area. After you do a certain number of expeditions in that area, you can start to rule out, statistically, different sizes of creatures. If you're looking for a tiny new spider in the wilderness, then 100 expeditions might not be enough, right? Tiny little spider, huge environment. Three-dimensional environment. But a huge ape, a 7-foot tall, hairy thing that would be at the apex of the food chain, would leave behind a lot of scat, a lot of markings in the area, have progeny, have nests or other locations. Then the number of times you need to do large-scale expeditions goes down, right? Just being the nature of the thing and what it leaves behind. So something like Bigfoot, which has been searched for decades on every continent where they're supposed to exist and have been seen hundreds, if not thousands of times, actually makes it less likely that it's an actual thing. You know what I mean? Now contrast that with giant squid. That's a great example. We saw things that it was leaving behind. We would find giant squid beaks, bigger than any squid, their beaks inside of sperm whales. We would see on sperm whales what looked like sucker cups of the shreddy kind. Sucker cup damages around their mouths. And other evidence. So this clued us in on a large squid type Architeuthis thing somewhere in the depths. But because we haven't ventured very far in the depths, and the depths of the ocean are less explored than the surface of the dang moon, you can't rule it out. Right? Bigfoot is the opposite of that. Which is why Bigfoot doesn't exist. Being a scientist, man, I can't say that for sure, but I can say it would take an extraordinary amount of evidence to suggest that Bigfoot does exist. And we have never gotten that. Ever. Yes, sometimes they found hair, but it's usually a dog or a bear's fur. Have you seen some of those Discovery Channel shows, like the Squatchin shows? They are terrible. And the people that host those things and that they're interviewing, they are... I mean, I don't want to go so far as to speculate on their psychology, but they are obviously deluded. Who's joining? Shinobi, get in here. Shinobi, you broke my game. Why'd you do that? Shinobi, if this kills me... Shinobi, if this kills me... I'm gonna be legitimately pissed. Alright, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. Great, Shinobi. I would love to do all that again. awesome. Okay, I was gonna take it back and ban you, but fine. Patrick NEZ says Bigfoot shows are tough to watch. Keep on trucking, Kyle. Yeah, people ask me a lot, you know, if it's fun to watch, you know, not sciencey things with me. And I'm not a psychopath, Chad. I'm not gonna make your viewing experience annoying if we're watching a movie. Like, you know, I'm not a dick, but if you made me watch something like a Bigfoot or an Ancient Aliens and you wanted me to talk about it, I get so mad. Do you know what typifies those shows is what I call the "and if so"? The "and if so" strategy, which is they propose something ridiculous but jump over proving it by presupposing it and then distracting you by putting something even more crazy in front of it. So you say like, did Einstein actually get his theory of relativity from aliens? And if so, would those have been used to build the pyramids in the past future? And you're like, wait. We have to bring it back to the nope. And if so, was Albert Einstein's mustache actually a symbiote? You're like, wait. We have to go. It's analogous to what skeptics call the Gish Gallop. And it's named after this guy named Gish, Dwayne Gish, who's a famously vociferous creationist who would debate people, debate non-creationists or biologists. And what he would do what skeptics would later term the Gish Gallop, where he'd give you so many little things to debunk that you could never get to it in your allotted time as a debater. And it would feel like he won. It would feel like he gave you things you can't explain. But in fact, he just gave you so many little pieces of nonsense that you look like you don't know what you're talking about because you can't debunk it all. Eileen Kenny Breen. I thought I died. Any science behind the magical symbols / sigils in the game? No. I mean, I'm sure they mean something to someone somewhere. But magic... I don't think magic exists. Wonder and excitement and discovery and all that exists. We have no reason to believe anything outside the immediately physical influences our universe. If it did, we'd see evidence of it, you know? Maybe it's impossible for you to get past the Gish Gallop, Kyle, but I'm a master debater. I was gonna make that joke too, but I didn't because I'm not 7. The timing on this game between when I'm looking and when I'm not looking is kind of funny. It's like almost exactly timed. Like when I feel like I can look at chat, that's the exact amount of time before something else comes on screen. See that? Coincidental, but interesting. Ow. Ow, why do you have so much health? Come here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sometimes you gotta take them one at a time, chat, when they have that much health. Terrifying indeed. Thank you. Isn't magic just science that we don't understand? Well, I mean, I argue that everything is science that we don't understand yet. You know. I'm a materialist, chat. I reduce things. God, these legs on the walls. Gross. Kyle is clearly not a brother in the arcane arts. Look, man, if magic were possible, I would be the first on board, man. Sign me up. I want to cause havoc. But it's not. I mean, things that used to be mysticism are now science, says Nick. No, that's not true. How is that true? I'm gonna be aggressive with you because we know each other. How is that true, Nick? But Kyle, the magic has been inside you all along. No, that's blood. And an immune system. The immune system's basically magic, but don't tell anyone I said that. Do it, Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. Go, it's not a tumor, come on! Is it possible I would marry a witch? Well, depending on your definition. Blood magic? Yes, blood sugar such magic. Things we didn't understand 200 years ago and people we thought were witchcraft are now understood and part of science. What you're getting at is that people who happen to be mystics maybe stumbled upon some sort of, you know, plant medicine or way to disinfect wounds or something like that. But that's totally by accident. The process of mysticism, of taking things on faith or belief, that process didn't lead them to those conclusions and didn't build on itself as a body of knowledge, is my point. For example, you know, once we understood what molecules are or what antibiotics look like in a microscope, that could tell us that, oh, I have a slide of another plant that has some molecules in it. And then we could discover new medicines in that way. And in fact, that's exactly what we do nowadays. But the process of mysticism accidentally led people to those conclusions. And what I would say is that, don't forget the downside, is that mysticism in that way also led people to insane conclusions. We're descended from the kind of people that used to bury live children in the post holes that supported the foundation of their house, so that evil magic wouldn't harm them. You know what I mean? Mystics weren't very, or, you know, old belief, old tradition, old mysticism weren't that kind of ladies either. All you have to do is read The Witch's Hammer to understand that. Dark Jester 5. Could the girls who started the Salem witch trials just be tripping because of ergo poisoning? I think you're getting at a question of mass hysteria. I think mass hysteria is a thing, and it has happened through the years. At very, the Pokemon giving kids seizure episode, and fans in South Korea killing people in their sleep just because the fans are on, that kind of thing. I think it's a thing. But I don't think the Salem witch trials was what led to the persecution of witches. Was, yeah, more of a confirmation bias, mass hysteria kind of thing. Yeah, but not on the behalf of those young women. Yes, but we cannot act like science has not led to horribly unethical things as well. Yeah, but they're not the same thing, are they? I would say what you're doing, Nick, is a false equivalence. Yes, totally agree. I think atomic weapons shouldn't exist. The old syphilis experiments, horrible, disgusting, terrible, reprehensible. But I don't think the magnitude I mean,
All you must understand is one scientific
developing vaccines. Ignaris, shut up! The process of developing vaccines on the basis of scientific theory and experimentation single-handedly doubled the human lifespan. And so just there, that alone produced more good for more people than I would argue any magical, mystical thinking in human history. And that's just one thing. You know? Think about figuring out that disease was in water, or washing your hands as a doctor. I don't think I'm completely willing to admit that there are bad things have happened on both sides. Of course. But I don't think the degree is the same, and the foundations are definitely not the same. Yo, I didn't know you were a gamer. This is Uchiha Madara. Let's watch this hardcore gaming action, baby. My lips are tingling. Is that okay? What sciencey thing would you bring back to medieval times to impress them if you were suddenly teleported then, says Thomas. I'm actually writing an episode like that because we talked about that on one of the last streams, and I actually have it on my post-it note over here. I want to write a time traveler's guide. You are accidentally thrown in the past, what do you do? Like, with all your knowledge today and what you may or may not know about science today, what could you do? How could you survive? I think I annihilated this guy in my other file, so... Oh, I thought there was a corpse underneath him, but it was literally just his body. All right, chat, I gotta focus. Let's focus a little bit, huh? Oh yeah, this is when this guy shows up. Oh, I remember almost dying here. Don't hit me. Thank you. Here he comes. Were children actually buried alive in post holes? Yep. Get him!
I'm low on essence. I'm not ready.
Nick, if you're still here, I want to point out that I don't think you're silly or wrong or anything like that. Just having a friendly discussion that we happen to disagree on. I need more skellies. Get out of the range. Oh. I'm doing like 5 damage. Ridiculous. Running out of healing potions. I didn't leave in a huff. Just checking. Just checking. How do you get extra points? You can have characters do other things on other files. So if you like increase your renown in a certain area, you can get additional points for your other characters on in your game. Drop some health, please. Thank you. Drop some corpses, you big flesh bag. This is what almost killed me last time. That. Oh, into the blood. No. My decompose skill is doing almost like literally nothing. Don't die. Don't die. Two heals left, chat. Suboptimal. Suboptimal. Don't look at chat. Chat knows nothing.
I need more essence.
One heal left. I don't think I'm doing enough damage here. I think I might run out of health. Uh-oh. This is getting a little dicey here, chat. He's got to go down soon, or I'm not gonna have any heals. I really don't want to die here. Come on. My guy, can you hit him? Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh. I'm getting nervous, chat. I have to hit his next phase. Uh-oh. Chat, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die right here.
I'm not ready.
No! No! Oh, son of a bitch! God bless America!